broadcast first. Sponsored by Natex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening to you. We've got temperatures that are really starting to feel a little bit more fall-like. If you think that's the case now, just wait until tomorrow. We've also got rain moving in. Take a look from Springfield over to Champaign. So 60s starting to show up from Jacksonville and Springfield because of that rain-cooled air, but it is tomorrow when you're going to see a major shift in the temperatures. Through tonight, though, we're going to be dealing with a few scattered showers and maybe even a thunderstorm in there. That temperature drop is going to be an interesting one. We'll show you that coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A middle school was put on soft lockdown, and it's all because of what happened just a block away.
2 incidents of anti-Semitism in 1 week at the University of Illinois. How the school is vowing to make a change. And a former Department of Corrections worker is accused of sexually assaulting multiple inmates, and now he's facing even more charges.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
A middle school was put on soft lockdown after a man was shot nearby today. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. Jennifer is off tonight. Happened around 2 this afternoon near Running Red Boulevard and Charles Street in Decatur. A 26-year-old was taken to the hospital. He's expected to survive. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live there now. Jennifer, why was Stephen Decatur Middle School on lockdown?
Police say it was all because of how close the shooting was to the school, but as of right now, they don't believe that the shooting involved any kids, any students, or any staff. The school district says police advised administration to put the school on soft lockdown. That means no one is allowed to enter or exit the building, but classes can go on as usual. Police said there was no danger to students and it was okay to dismiss at the normal time around 3:30. School administration contacted parents to let them know that students were safe, and those students are now out of school. Nobody has been arrested yet, and police are still investigating what happened in this shooting. As soon as I get more details, I will let you know. Live in Decatur, I'm Jennifer Jensen. Back to you.
All right, Jennifer, please give us an update when you get one. Thanks. Well, the University of Illinois is promising to make changes after 2 cases of anti-Semitism on campus this week. The incidents included a swastika found in a campus building and a presentation that had anti-Semitic content. Chancellor Robert Jones sent an apology to the entire campus yesterday. WCIA 3's Andy Olson joins us now. So, Andy, what is the university doing to prevent this moving forward?
Well, Paul, the chancellor is ordering a review of their hiring process for student workers, and they're adding extra training. The swastika was found in the Foreign Languages building, and the presentation was done by a student worker at a housing staff development meeting. Chancellor Jones said in his message, quote, "The incident was a failure to our students," end quote. The Office of Student Affairs says the response went out because they wanted to inform the campus as soon as possible. One student says he's happy the school is being proactive in its response to stop it.
No, I don't think it does. This campus is really diverse, actually. I was kind of surprised when I first transferred here this year. But for how diverse it is, I think there's no place for that here.
Anti-Semitism training is now going to be required for housing workers and RAs. Chancellor Jones says it's going to be started by the end of this semester. The student worker in question is still working at the university. They're interviewing people who saw the presentation for more information. Student Affairs is hoping that the incident can help inspire staff and students to hold each other more accountable moving forward. Paul?
All right, Andy, thanks for that update. Now, the university's apology said in part, quote, "We are fully conscious of the seriousness of incidents of anti-Semitism, racism, bias, and prejudice on this university." Students at Illinois State University shared their concerns about discrimination and insensitivity on campus. The ISU Black Homecoming Committee went public after facing several roadblocks while trying to organize events for Homecoming Week. It prompted peaceful protesting on the quad, and a letter was sent to university leaders demanding change. They addressed the ISU Academic Senate meeting last night. The university president has invited concerned students to speak with him about how to make the university a better place for everyone. We have new details tonight about a Department of Corrections worker accused of sexual misconduct. 33 felony charges have been filed against 49-year-old Michael Williams. He pleaded not guilty this week. Williams is accused of engaging in sex acts with at least 7 female inmates. 2 of those women were inmates while Williams worked at the Decatur Correctional Center. For more details about what these women say Williams did to them, go to WCIA.com. A man from Mount Zion was sentenced this week for sexually assaulting and raping a girl over the course of 4 years. Tracy Janes was convicted in June this week. He was sentenced to 74 years in prison. The assault came to light after an anonymous report was sent to DCFS in 2017. The girl was 9 when that abuse began. Sexually transmitted diseases are on the rise across the country. The CDC says that increase has been happening for the last 5 years. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting joins us now. Courtney, how do those numbers look for Central Illinois?
Yeah, Paul, well, it's different for every county and for each specific disease. Health department leaders say it's important to note that these are just the reported cases they have numbers for. Now, I talked to county health leaders in Vermilion County. They said they are staying pretty stable numbers-wise right now, but they have been keeping a close eye on those numbers. That's because some of the diseases can have deadly consequences.
We're seeing also an increase in the number of congenital syphilis, women who pass syphilis onto their infants through childbirth. And so that's been a big concern because a lot of those, any child who dies from syphilis they got from their parent is preventable.
Although Vermilion County didn't see a spike, county leaders say there are still efforts in place to lower their numbers. They have a health educator who goes out to different schools and factories in the area, and they teach people about symptoms and how preventable these diseases are. They also say it's important to remember that even if someone isn't showing symptoms, they could still pass a disease on to someone else. Paul?
Well, it's good to know these health departments are being proactive. Courtney, thanks for the update. People in Mattoon are mourning the loss of a doctor. Shayna Sewell started working at Sarah Bush Lincoln Hospital about 5 years ago. She was a pediatrician who was battling breast cancer. Hospital informed the community of her death today. People who knew her say she was an amazing doctor, friend, and coworker.
No matter what type of day she was having, she always had a smile, always had Jesus in her heart. And that's what I think she gave back to her patients was her caring spirit. And she's going to be greatly missed by everybody in Mattoon.
The vice president of practice management at Sarah Bush says Sewell was always positive. They're heartbroken for the family, and she will be missed. The governor has a 5-year plan to turn the state around. What industries he wants to see revitalized. Plus this.
I feel like I made some lifelong friends.
It wasn't just chicken sandwiches they went home with today. How Chick-fil-A brought people together by the hundreds.